Hey everyone, it's Caitlin. We're at Qpac today and we're so stoked to see 14. Going to Life Leader is such a wonderful experience. It allows us to open our minds to new themes and topics and creativity and so much more. We've been learning to tell our own story, and 14 is exactly that, a young boy learning to express and embrace who he truly is. We're about to chat with some of the cast and crew before the show. Let's go! Hey guys, I'm so excited to be here. I'm with Shannon, the author, and Connor, who plays Shannon in the play. Shannon, I have a question for you. What made you want to write this book, in particular the year you turned 14?
The 14th year of my life was a pretty tough one, and I'm a journalist in my day job, so I know that storytelling is really powerful and that by sharing our stories we can change each other and change the world. And so I knew that there was something to come from telling my story to help young people, anyone really, who's having a tough time to know that they're not alone and that they that things always get better, and I'm kind of living proof of that. And so I wanted to share my story, which is quite dark but also very hopeful as well, to try and help people really.
Thanks so much, Shannon. On to you now, Connor. I just have a few questions for you. What were some of the challenges on taking Shannon's role?
The main challenge was kind of working out the mental gymnastics of which Shannon I'm being at any given moment, because I'm sort of like three Shannons in the show. I'm Shannon reflecting on his 14th year in his early 30s. I'm also Shannon in his early 30s, sort of putting himself back in the shoes of his 14-year-old self. And then there's times when I'm firmly 14-year-old Shannon who's unaware of what's about to happen, and there's no like knowingness or retrospect there, I guess. So yeah, it's sort of still the main challenge of the show really, but it's a fun one.
Hey Shannon, what got you into writing?
I've always loved writing. I had a diary when I was little. I loved the news, so I would write little news stories on my typewriter, which is a pre-computer device. And I don't know, I loved when I felt sad or angry or happy or excited, just to get my thoughts out on paper, and I found it a really kind of therapeutic thing, and I still do. I still write in the good and bad times of life. I think it's great to get down what's going on in your head.
That does sound therapeutic. Connor, how did you get into acting?
I had a wonderful singing teacher when I was about 9 years old who suggested I audition for a production of The Sound of Music, and I guess I got the bug. A few years later found plays and drama, then was lucky enough to go to a creative arts high school. Sort of just have continued on from there.
Just to wrap up, thank you guys so much. I just have one last question. What is one message you would tell your 14-year-old self?
I would tell 14-year-old Connor to be kind to yourself, which is something I'm still learning how to do. But yeah, don't beat yourself up so much.
I would tell 14-year-old me that it gets better. That, for a lot of that year, it feels like the bad times are never going to end, and that this is going to be my life forever. And it's not. There were so many great things that came after that point in my life. High school doesn't last forever. The end of high school is the beginning of real life, and there are so many great, wonderful things to come, and just to hang in there and to keep the faith that things get better.
Thank you so much for having us. It was so nice to hear your story, and I cannot wait to see the show. Wow, that was so cool. I think my favorite part was when they all started dancing. The lights were so cool and the actors really got into it. It was so cool to see the theme of empowerment and finding your own anthem throughout the play. I think I would tell my 14-year-old self to believe in yourself and that you're more than what you've been through. So guys, make sure that you're writing your own story. I'm Caitlin, and I'll see you next time.